YouTube, what's good? See you later, gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of the Game Lounge podcast. After a small hiatus, we are back again, bringing you the gaming news. Rocking with me today is my twin co-host with the most. What's up, Jordy?
Yo, not much, brother. How you be? How you be?
I'm good, man. Living large, living good,
Nice.
healthy and happy. So that's all we can ask for. It's
Let's go,
always the
dude.
best sign.
hmm
How about you, man?
Dude, you know me, man. Big Bobby flexing, peace, love, and positivity. You know what I'm saying?
You love to hear it. You love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, today we've got a bit of a mixed bag of a podcast. We're just going to be discussing some gaming news from stuff that's popped up in the past week, sort of a mixed bag, no real set agenda.
Correct.
We're just going to be going through it. But we're going to start off with some games that we've been playing this
Yes.
past week or two. I'll get started on this one. I've been just playing like some little games with my housemates. So we've been playing Lego Marvel Superheroes just on the couch as like a couch co-op game. So that one's been pretty chill. Like it's a pretty old game and it's kind of in terms of like a Lego series, but I do love it just because it's like a nice, sit down sort of chill out end of the day type vibe.
Yeah, let's already run off on a tangent on that one.
Mm.
When are they finally going to add online multiplayer to that those games? They're all
Dude,
couch
they
co-op.
need to.
None of them have, like, every year, like, usually, like, some sort of Lego game is coming out for, like, at least one a year for, like, the last decade. And me and my friend, Fraser, we were like, hell yeah, dude. I'm sure the next one will have online. I'm sure it will. And then it doesn't.
No.
It's always just couch co-op, and then it's like,
I
cool.
don't understand for a game that's built like literally to be played as co-op. Like, yeah, couch co-op's great, but for the people who want to play like online, it's just not there. And I wonder if like because they've delayed that Star Wars one again, like the Star Wars Skywalker saga. So,
which is
by God, I don't know if that game's ever gonna come out. It was meant to be like a movie tie-in, and now it's just like dragged out 3 years later.
Oh, dude, look at the fucking boys coming, Ray. Check this out. Any percent speedrun bands. Boom, got them. They're already out of there. You'll love to see it. Just bots, dude. Just bots coming in the chat.
Love it. Love it. Any engagement is good engagement, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it looked great, though, in the trailers, so I kind of want them to take as long as they want, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like, that would be ideal, though, for that game to have, like, a good online multiplayer, because I know, like, my housemate who I play the Marvel ones with won't be super keen on the Star Wars one. He's not, like, a big Star Wars nut or anything, whereas, like, my buddy Hugh or someone else is, like, more inclined to sort of play, like, a Star Wars-based game.
Yeah.
I think we've just sort of been on it because like we've been watching like WandaVision and just started watching Falcon Winter Soldier as well. So I think we're just on sort of that bandwagon with it at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I think I've also been playing. It used to be called MLB Crypto, which is really weird, but it's now this game called MLB Champions, and it's just like this little mobile game where you collect and play. It's essentially like one of those I forget the model of what it's called, but those ones where you wait like a certain time period elapse, you essentially it's like those Farmville type games, but it's with baseball characters, but you collect these characters and that you can sell them for crypto and Ethereum.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm on like that NFT wagon as well. So
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jesus. You've been playing anything else or just the Lego?
I think just the Lego this past 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Yeah. But they've got the I think that's it. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Nice. What about you, my man?
Man, I've been getting really back into Valorant.
Getting all over it.
Yeah, I've come back and turns out I'm still fragger, so that's good.
Love that.
Yeah, that game, it's not a game I'll touch. Like when I basically left it, I was like, okay, competitive's in a really bad spot. Like hit reg is still, I would say kind of wonky. Um, I don't think that the competitive scene really feels that way, but I still feel like compared to CS, it kind of feels still a bit behind in terms of hit edge. Sometimes some weird, like you physically see the bullet hit them in the head, like the dink look, and then it's like, you know, you use the one shot gun even through armor, and it didn't register, and then by the time you've shot them in the head, they realize you're there because you fired around, and then they kill you, and you're like, So I've just been playing it with friends, pretty much just in casuals, and yeah, dude, it's really really fun to stomp in that game.
Yeah, you went off like if you guys in the stream caught it like 2 weeks ago, um, where Jordy just literally like carried us for the most part. It was a very chill. I hadn't played Valorant in like since its release date, and I was just like scrubbing it up big time.
Yeah, but no, it's been really fun. Getting back into Valorant, and new characters are really cool to play around with too. And
Yeah.
also, hello, Bacon Rocket, welcome. And then what else have I been playing besides Valorant? Still been playing some League here and there. We had a Clash tournament, which is like just an in tournament thing for League, and that was pretty fun. Went 2-1, so that was pretty good.
Nice. That's
and
good.
then I've also started playing do you know this game? It's called Loop Hero. It's
Loop
amazing.
Hero?
Yeah, Loop Hero is amazing. It's one of those games where it's like super, like you could turn your brain off and just play it. It's got a pretty divisive like art style to it.
Like old school, like 80s art style almost.
Yeah.
Like sprite based textures and stuff.
But it's an auto battler.
Oh.
So basically, when you look at the map of it, it's kind of like it'll give you this rough random outline, and then your hero just goes around it, and then on each of the tiles, Rocket, I'll come to that after I talk about Loop Hero, because yeah, I want to talk about that too because it's the anniversary for Risk of Rain as well. Yeah, basically you've got all these tiles that you go around, and it goes on like a day cycle, and then by the end of the day, like new monsters spawn essentially. So when you fight like a slime on a tile, it'll give you like either cards to play, which are essentially tiles, or it'll give you equipment to make your character stronger. So say if I kill a slime, it'll give me like a graveyard token and a meadow. And if I put with the graveyard token, I can put that on the path, and then once every 3 days a skeleton will spawn there who has a higher chance of giving you better stuff. Whereas the meadow is like an environment piece that you put further away, but it'll give you like its benefit is like it'll give you 2 HP every time you come back to the camp. Like you do like a full circle for each one that you have. And then there's different like combo pieces of tiles. Like if you put like a treasury down and then put like meadows around it, you'll get like this really big influx of materials to spend when you've finished your run on the outside stuff. And then it'll also give you some like loot essentially. But you can make it like the run as hard as you want by placing down these tiles. But obviously the harder you make it, it's like, you know, you got to make it just the right amount of hard. So you get good loot still, but you don't get overwhelmed because like
that balance. Yeah.
Because like if you fuck up your placement of like a vampire mansion, you could end up like they'll if any enemy is on like an adjacent tile to it, essentially like a vampire will always join the fight. So if you're already fighting like 3 spiders on there's going to be like a vampire as well, and
get overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Yeah, but it's super. I'm gonna play it for a long time. I think it's gonna be like my turn off brain game for probably like the next year.
That's cool.
It's super fun, and it's just like, yeah, super chill. Would recommend having a look at it. It's $20 Australian dollary coins for you Americans. That's probably like 10 or $15 or whatever it is.
Cheap.
And then basically, I'll hit on Atomic Rocket's point here. Risk of Rain 2. It's its year anniversary, and then I'll come back to the other thing I was playing. But
saw that 4 million units and a big update planned for later this year.
Have you played it?
I played Risk of Rain 1. Haven't played 2.
Dude, 2's amazing.
Yeah,
2's incredible. I put a lot of time into it when it was in beta as well. It's super fun, and they just keep adding stuff to it, and it's such a complete package, and you can just get so broken. It's just so much fun. Like when you get a god run, like my longest run in the game, I think this was back in beta where enemies stopped spawning once you got to a certain point. Like I think I was 6.5 hours into a run, and no more enemies spawned in. Basically, as soon as anything appeared on the map, it just died instantly. That's how strong you can get. Like,
oh shit!
Like you don't even have to play the game to a certain point. Like once you're that strong, it's so much fun. And the characters are all really cool and unique as well. Hello, camera. There we go. They're all super great. My favorites probably it's got to be either the mercenary or engineer. Mercenary is basically just like the melee class. He's just got a katana. He can dash around everywhere. And then engineer is just like he places turrets. He has a invulnerable bubble where things just get blocked from being inside of it and stuff. But there's also some other really cool ones as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking it out, especially in multiplayer. It's super fun in multiplayer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that game's very good for multiplayer.
Absolutely. Especially modern. There's so many great mods for that game too. Like I've seen like a mod where you can have like 100 players in one server.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's full on.
It really is. And then the last game I was playing, which I was playing a little bit today, Half-Life Alyx. There's a Bioshock mod for it, and I downloaded it.
Ooh.
And it takes you to Rapture.
That's pretty sick.
It's fucking it's really sick.
Yeah,
I've been really enjoying it. And like, okay, this isn't to discredit the modder, right? This isn't to discredit the modder because the mod's amazing, but it makes me wish for like a real VR Bioshock, like a port of the original game for VR, and then like up-resed a bit more. It would be incredible. Like not to say like the mod is incredible, because it is. I don't know what kind of wizardry he's done, but it looks like it doesn't look exactly the same, obviously, because he's using some pre-made assets and stuff already. But it's incredible what this guy's managed to do for it, and like how thematically correct it is. Like I just got like a plasmid to like throw like a lightning.
Oh, shit.
Essentially, like it's super, and the areas and stuff too, and even the music, like there's like a set where you go down the stairs and there's like a piano being played by like a statue or whatever. Even that's in there.
Cool.
It's just really funny because it's like this really big juxtaposition of like all of a sudden you're moving to this beautiful Rapture environment, and then you just hear you're just like, oh yes, right. This is Half-Life. Whoops,
sick.
Forgot. You just see these Combine soldiers just coming in. You're like, this is so weird, but it's beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to go back when I saw that mod. But yeah, it turns out there's a really big mod scene as well for Alyx. I didn't even realize after I'd finished playing the game. And yeah, it's been really rad, and I'll probably go back and probably stream it.
That's awesome. Are there any other like cool mods that you've got on the list for Alyx that you want to try?
I downloaded a lightsaber one.
Okay.
I've yet to give that one a go because I got
always a lightsaber mod for everything.
Always. And then there's like a couple. There's like what is it? There's like some weapon mods like the Halo energy sword and stuff.
Yep.
And then like there's like a mine level essentially too, and Spaceport, which is like a Halo 3 theme map essentially. Cool. And you got to like escape the space station. Yeah, there's like a few custom levels that I really want to get around to now that I've really discovered that there is actually stuff to grab.
That's sick.
That'd be worth the time. So yeah, super excited. I'm glad that game, by the way, is 40% off now if you own a VR headset. So
oh shit. There you go.
So
that's very cool.
Pick it up if you can. Give Valve more money. They're running out.
Very cool. I guess we might move this around a little bit. But while we're on the topic of VR, Sony's sort of getting very serious about VR on the PS5 with the sort of pictures and stuff being shown for their new controllers for VR. Yeah, they look pretty nifty. What do you think about this, Jordy, as our resident VR expert?
Resident Evil VR expert.
That's it.
Yeah. It's really good that they're going with so they've said some details about the headset itself, and looking at the controls, you can already tell that it's going to be just like the Oculus. It's just going to be you're not going to need cameras or anything. All the cameras are going to be in the headset. Great move, because that means you don't need to buy the feckin' PlayStation camera. Fantastic. Yep. Second point, you don't have to use Move controllers. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Horrible idea, and they should have made a pair of actual real controllers for their first headset, but I digress. Yep. Massive improvement. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is if they've used the same joysticks that they use in their controllers.
The same wear and tear.
Because if those things drift in VR, you're going to, those controllers are going to be way more expensive than a regular controller. B, drifting in VR is probably not going to be a great feeling. C, it's just I don't know, it's kind of fucky. It's kind of fucky. So I'm really hoping that they are not, but my better judgment is telling me that it'll definitely be the same joysticks. But
I'm looking at the pictures again for it now, and they look like, if not the same as the current PS5 joysticks. But I do like the new sort of layout and design. The PlayStation Move controller, they've had a very similar design for the PS3, PS4, and it's nice shift to sort of I guess this controller is a bit more VR-esque of what we've seen in more recent times with VR controllers.
Yeah, it's 100% more VR controller.
So it shows that it's more fully going into VR.
Let me grab. Okay, so this is what an Oculus Rift S controller looks like, right? So for people who have no idea, and if you're on stream or if you're going to watch the video back later, essentially a lot of people ask what the hell this thing is, right? And this is also, you can see it on the PlayStation controllers as well, and it wraps more around the hand on the PlayStation controllers. This part here is the tracking. In here, you've got a bunch of little lights that are basically talking to the cameras inside of the headset. This ring is the thing that allows the headset to understand where your hand is and the controller is in three-dimensional space in real time, essentially, right? And basically, they kind of borrowed a lot from the Oculus Go controllers. There was a pair of Oculus controllers that did wrap around the hand. Basically, they've also got haptic feedback and finger tracking. So essentially, or gesture tracking. So if I just push this button down, my middle finger in the game would go down as well. And then if you a lot of people don't know, if you just leave your finger on top of a button like this, just slightly touch it, your finger will curl in the game as well. Same thing for the PlayStation controls. So they're getting what PC essentially has already.
That's cool.
My only
do you like the wraparound look?
Yeah, I think wraparound's fine. Wraparound's fine. Yeah. The potential problem with wraparound is if people have very small areas to play VR in, though. Because they're with these, you have this freedom of being able to throw your hands left and right pretty often. With wraparounds, if you're in a small space and you fucking just you bang that wall, that thing is breaking.
Oh
like,
yeah.
um, yeah. I mean, depending on how hard the plastic is and how sturdy it is, like they're not like built like the weakest things. Like I've dropped my controls a few times and been like, "Ooh," but like they've been fine. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it'll. I'm just wondering, like, if we're already seeing so much info, a lot of people think that it's going to be next year that we see them. I think it's this year. I think we'll see it late this year if we're already getting this many details about it. But I
Yeah.
feel
I mean,
like,
it's very early to like. I mean, when they have console launches and stuff like that, if they have the parts available, like from the time that they announce it to the time that it actually launches would be about like I reckon it's a Christmas release.
agreed, and it'll be as hard to get as a PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fact that you can barely get a PlayStation 5 as is gonna
Mhm.
getting VR is either gonna be super accessible or it's gonna be super difficult. It's
Well, I guess it'll
yeah.
be if they make as many units as there already exists. I guess it'll be super accessible because only PS5 owners can buy it.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I guess you don't really have to worry about that, to be honest. My only concern is that it's only going to be able to do 60 frames inside the headset.
Mm.
Like, I'm hoping that it's more 120 to like, or at least above 75 hertz, which is what you want. Anything
Yep.
below 75 hertz, you're gonna feel motion sickness way more.
Mm.
It's just how it works with our eyes and our brain. So I'm just concerned that they're just gonna be like, it'll be 60 frames, you know, tied with the game. And I'm
Yep.
like, that's great, but VR works very differently to stock standard games.
Mm.
So if it's not at least 75 hertz, I feel like it has to have like a minimum 75 hertz. Otherwise, it'll be as bad as the first VR PlayStation headset, which was
Yeah.
not great.
Surely they'll have an upgrade from now. And I mean,
You would hope so.
if even if you compare it to like monitor resolutions and the price that you can get like 144 hertz monitors for now is so affordable compared to what it was even like a couple of years back. So like you'd assume the tech for and screen res for VR headsets would have improved and price dropped as well. You'd think.
Yeah. My only concern, I guess, is like, okay, so with this headset, okay, this one in particular, it is
Mm.
a display port, right? That goes straight into my graphics card. And then it also has a full USB 3.0 to power it out of a 3.0 jack. The the PlayStation only has a HDMI 2.0 port. Are we going to be jamming a HDMI 2.0 like into the
Interesting.
head? Like, I surely not though. Oh, because it wait no, it shouldn't be because it would split the difference back into the headset. Okay, no, it should be fine. It's just
Could be.
oh man, actually now I'm thinking about it. You only get one HDMI 2.1 port, isn't it? Or is there two on the back of the PS5? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I know the PS4 only has one.
Oh shit, that means you wouldn't be able to watch someone what they're doing in the VR headset on your TV if that's the case, because you would need it to plug. You need your HDMI to plug from your headset. I wonder how they're gonna do this
One
then.
HDMI. One HDMI at the back.
One.
One HDMI, Ethernet, two USBs. And it looks like a USB-C, maybe?
They might be able to do it through USB-C, but
I
man,
can't confirm if that's a USB-C slot.
I think it
It
does have one. I own it, but I haven't looked at it in so long. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know how they're gonna power it then. Slash, yeah, I don't know. A lot of logistical problems for a console doing it versus a PC, but
Okay, so there is three USB-As, one USB-C, and a HDMI.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do. Because yeah, unless they make like a a dongle
Maybe through the sea.
maybe. It's very weird though. They're gonna have to come up with some god tech to do that. But I don't know. It's Sony. They've probably got an idea, obviously.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Uh,
strange but cool.
unless it's
I'm glad they.
completely wireless
Ooh,
and it just
yeah.
streams.
Well, it's not coming to Australia then, because that's not gonna work.
Mm-mm. Oh
That's
no.
no, 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 no.
Google Stadia issues for PlayStation.
I can't. I feel it can't be wireless because, like, then it's its own thing. Like, surely someone could just buy the headset then and not have to have a console, right? And you could just play whatever PlayStation VR games are on the headset. I think it has to be plugged in.
Interesting. Was the first PSVR wired?
Surely PSVR. Let's see. Surely it's. Wait, was it? No, it wasn't wireless, was it?
I need to see this in action because I never. Yeah, it looks wireless. Wait, no,
No, no, no. There's a line. There's a line
yeah,
that goes out
I
of it.
see. I see a cord.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because some of like the promo shots I'm seeing, they've got no
Cord. Yeah, but no, there is
cord.
definitely a cord. It's a very
Yeah,
thin cord.
it is a very thin cord.
Wait, the PS4
Oh,
one is saying that it could do 120 FPS. I never saw that on any game ever. Feel like that's a lie.
interesting.
Oh, I think it's saying if you plug it into your PS5, it can do 120. Anyway, look,
Interesting.
I'm glad they're doing it because it just makes VR space more competitive and more real, I would say.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like actually a thing that keeps sending messages to the industry that like, hey, VR is a thing.
Yeah,
Um, and
and the fact that they're backing it.
I mean, they must have had some success with the PS4 VR because otherwise, why would they continue it? Sony's been known to jump off things when they don't think it's very profitable, aka the
That's true.
Vita.
Yep.
Poor
Yep.
Vita, one of the greatest screens still to this day. Dude, the screens on those things still look amazing, by the way.
The OLEDs.
Yeah, the OLED, the Samsung OLED looks
Mm,
still incredible to like this day. Dude, I can't believe
beautiful.
Borderlands 2 is on that thing still.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's all right. Poor Vita.
Poor Vita, dude.
But while we're on I guess the PlayStation bandwagon as well, starting March 25, and sorry, on March 25, they'll be doing
Why are you
PlayStation Play at
saying
Home.
it? Why are you saying it like that?
What?
March 25, 25th?
Maybe March 25th. So from March 25th onwards, they haven't given I don't think, a date range as of yet for how long this will end. I think maybe end of March, maybe through mid-April. They're giving away a bunch of games for the PlayStation Play at Home initiative. So this was something that they did for COVID last year, and they're continuing it this year. And there's you don't need to be like a PlayStation Plus member for this. This is for the entire PlayStation community. They're giving away Horizon Zero Dawn,
Crazy.
Ratchet and Clank, like the 2016 version. They've got Resco, Abzu, The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica, and then 4 PSVR games in Moss, Astrobots, Rescue Mission, Paper Beast, and Thumper. So like a good list
Amazing.
of games.
No, it's a great list.
Yeah.
It's a
So
great
like
list.
awesome list of games that you can pick up, and all for free too. Like the fact that you can get Horizon Zero Dawn and Ratchet and Clank are massive titles. Like and then obviously like a bunch of indies, uh which is sick. Like PlayStation and Xbox too have been really good with supporting indies, and I think this is like a really good initiative. Especially with, I mean, here in Australia, we're super lucky with sort of COVID restrictions lifting, but in the UK, still sort of in a very, very rough spot. So I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
To unite through play, and play some awesome games while doing it, and VR titles as well being supported.
Yeah, that's super sick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, really, really good by them for sure.
Yeah. I won't be able to play any of the PSVR games, but the only one I haven't played out of that list is Resco.
Mm.
So different, keen to try that one out. Um, yeah, definitely be picking that one up and playing some of those. Yeah, there are any that I think, would you have played most of those before, Jordy?
Horizon I haven't, so that's good. And plus I'll be
Oh
playing
shit.
it on PS5, so that'll be a nice little up res for me.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
dude, good things come to those who wait, you know? Just a free copy
Absolutely.
of, of the game
Yeah,
after all
literally.
after all these years.
Free copy of one of the best titles of the PS4.
Yeah. Um and then the
You love
Ratchet
to
and
see it.
Clank I did play through because it's free for PS5 owners. Get flexed on
Mm.
even harder kids. Um and then um what were the other ones again, sorry? There was Horizon.
Abzu, The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica.
Played all of those except Subnautica, so that's a
Okay.
nice little pickup too. But yeah, I played those other ones on PC. They're all really good, especially Enter the Gungeon. Oh my
Mm.
god, Enter the Gungeon
Yep.
is so good. Um, but yeah,
Absolutely. That's a great little list there. Um, and moving on to PlayStation's competitor in Microsoft and Xbox. There's been some rumors floating around the past couple of days that Microsoft is looking to acquire Discord for some absurd amounts. I heard anywhere in the ballpark of like $10 billion US, which
no,
is insane.
no, Discord's
Um,
not worth that much, is it?
so like I was reading, I read a article on the train on the ride to the city this morning, and
It's
they were trying to justify it by like the way that Discord makes money is through like its Nitro subscriptions. And they had like an estimated amount of how many users they thought they had. And
yeah,
it was somewhere in the realm of like they'd make $190 million a year
yeah.
off
Let's
that.
see.
But if
Discord
you
key statistics. So Discord generated 130 million in revenue in 2020,
okay,
which is
130.
which is a 188% increase year on year.
Yep.
Almost all of its revenue comes from Nitro. Yep.
Yes.
Discord has over 140 million active users and 300 million registered accounts. In
Insane.
2021, it has been valued at 7 billion, doubling its value in under a year.
And now it's being looked at by Microsoft for 10 billion. But even so, like if you're making there's got to be a bigger play at hand for this, right? Because they couldn't just be buying it for Nitro's subscription service. Because
No,
if you're
no.
making $130 million a year, and that's a decent amount of money to be making per
Yeah,
year off like
let's not go like too crazy.
yeah,
For us
nothing to sniff at.
our plebeian brains, yeah, 130 is
But
a lot.
like if you consider that on like total like estimation of value, like 130 million as a portion of $10 billion, it's like you'd need to be running Discord for the next however many years. It's
Okay,
only 5 years old.
okay, great thinking, but you're not thinking like a businessman. You just
Mm,
forgot the fact that it doubled its own revenue by 188% in less than a year so
mm,
far. Think
that's
about
true.
what it's gonna be if okay, I think the play here, right? And this could be it,
Hmm.
is that on Xbox, right? There's no real community app like
Okay.
where you can invite people into it. Imagine if Discord was just a part of the Xbox system. So like you found this really cool person, you invite them to your Discord there and there. everybody can type away on an Xbox ecosystem
Mm-hmm.
rather than whatever the fuck it is now. I don't even know what it is, right? And you can
Yep.
like share. Like, cause think about the share buttons. Share buttons are kind of fucking useless. But
Mm-hmm.
imagine if it's got Discord integration. You can put that sick 360 no scope Halo clip up to the boys, right? You can put it
Yep.
straight in the chat. That I think is going to be the play. I think it's the fact that they'll be able to integrate it into it, and then they can justify it by being like, and look at how big it now is that the entire Xbox community, like every single person that owns an Xbox, it'll just be like malware. They'll just have it pre-installed on the next ones,
Yep.
right? And they'll just be like, yep, look at all these users, right? It's jumped up. It's jumped up by hundreds of millions. But I think Microsoft will just do the same thing that they've been doing with these game studios. They just buy it and they go, look, keep doing what you're doing until something goes very, very wrong, and then we have to come in. Because if they do like what they did with Skype, it's just gonna die. So I think I think Phil is a very smart man. I think he understands that when something is good, you just
leave it.
You just leave it and you just go, look, we'll do all the marketing.
Yep.
We'll handle getting it out there. You just need to keep doing what you're doing. It'll be sweet, right?
Yeah.
And then it could also be a strategic thing in the way of like, PlayStation then probably won't ever get Discord on their thing, on their console, their ecosystem. And then you've got you've already got this intersection between Xbox and Windows, very obviously, right? So in that sense, it does make sense as well. And it can still generate its own income, but it's more of a value add in a sense. And the more users they get, potential for more, and the bigger communities grow
More
on more nitros, and eventually, it starts ticking over as more of a value add type of thing. Like even I've got it. Like it's just like I've got it for my server just so that the bitrate for audio isn't god awful. Like things like that. And I mean, if you think about it, dude, at the end of the day, whoever made Discord just gets a fat paycheck. Just a fat one, because it's just privately owned. So whoever the co-founders are of that they just split that bad boy down the middle, $5 billion each, and they go, yep, thank you, sir. And then they're just chilling,
So something that I feel like, and like a question that I have for Discord is, what other potential revenue streams it has? Like obviously you've got your Nitro servers, but like another interesting case was like, and my housemate and I were talking about this, was Roblox IPO'd this week.
Yeah. It's now worth more money than Activision or Ubisoft.
Literally. But like we were talking about how there's still so much potential for that like IP to grow and do things like very Minecraft style trajectory, where it like started as a toy, now has like a game, has merch, like kids froth that shit.
They do.
But it's like you look at something like Discord, obviously, yeah, you've got your Nitro servers. I don't even know if Discord do merch or anything.
I thought, didn't Discord have a game store at some point? Couldn't you buy games through Discord? Discord.
Really?
Buy games. Yeah, I swear you used to be able to buy games through Discord. Yeah, sell your game, Discord. What is this?
Oh, what?
Set up your shop in your server. Find your fans, build your kingdom. Sell your game. Combine the power of community and commerce in your game's Discord server.
I feel like that's something that isn't really like...
Yeah, you can set it up
like
on
marketed at all?
Yeah, no, I guess it's not. I guess that's for
Let's say that's a cool thing.
Where did Nitro Games go? Has been officially removed from the app. Okay, it got removed.
Okay. Interesting. See, like there's like stuff like this I could see as like potential is why, like obviously I think you're correct in like saying that they want it more for like the community side of things and integration with like Xbox and having your community base there. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
but there's just other revenue potential there too.
It's I don't know.
Surely.
I mean, it's free. I guess they could also. Oh God! Imagine if they tied fucking Nitro into Game Pass or something crazy. Oh my God, that would be
That'd be sick.
that'd be.
Mm,
There's no way though. That's too wild. I don't know if old Philly boy could pull that one off. I think the
that's
heads of
pretty big.
Microsoft might go, I'm gonna need you to cut the value right there, chief. And you'd be like, yeah, all right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Like a lot of dude, I guess from here we should just talk about Game Pass in general. Game Pass has
Yeah.
gone crazy, dude. Like, did you see
Mm.
the titles that they added from Bethesda when they got
Oh
acquired?
yeah. Oh yeah. And that's
Like,
not even like the full library either. Like there's still a shitload of things still to be added.
oh my god, day one for Outriders is on the Game Pass. And there's
Hmm.
two other really cool indies that are also going to
Yep.
be day one on it. I forget what they're called. I'm so sorry. Um, but like, where is it? Like, show me the. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it.
The
But
Bethesda one?
yeah, just all like the Bethesda ones. I think I found it. But like, okay, so this is what it
Yeah.
came. So Fallout 4, Morrowind, Wolfenstein, The New Order, The Old Blood,
Hmm.
Oblivion, The Enemy Within, and
All
then The Evil
Dishonored,
Within, just Prey, underrated as fuck. Yeah, Dishonored,
a bunch
um,
of the Doom titles, Rage
all the
2.
Doom titles. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
good lineup. Great lineup.
like Doom
Um,
Eternal. Like what?
yeah.
What?
And it's got like the old school Dooms as well
It's
in there.
crazy. It's crazy. New Vegas, Fallout New
Yeah.
Vegas. Man.
So that's an easy that's an easy value add
Oh
for the
man.
Games Pass where people are like, this is some massive AAA titles makes me want to jump on Games Pass. Um, and
Oh,
obviously, like the accessibility of having it both on desktop and console makes it that much easier and better for wanting to get it. Like, because Games Pass is so cheap as well. Like,
oh man. Like Ultimate Pass, like if you want the Xbox Live shit too, it's like $15 a month, man. Like,
that's so cheap.
dude, my parents, God, they would have wished this was out when I was young.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
instead of like spending $60 on a game, they'd be like, what the fuck? They'd be like, no, dude, just get the Game Pass, dude. It's $15. I only have to worry about $15 a month. And look, you can get
yeah,
all you can eat video games. My little brain would have exploded. I would be like,
yeah.
what the hell? I can play all of these games instead of like waiting for like 1 or 2 a year on a birthday and Christmas, right?
Literally.
Like, I mean, that's kind of the charm of growing up in the era we did. But like, just
Mm,
think about if you're growing up now, dude, and like you've got like a console or like a little PC or something. You're not like super duper well off, but you know
yep.
you can earn $15 a month from your parents, and you can just fucking have all you can eat video games. Like,
Literally.
so good, man. It's just. I think also a lot of people think that they're like, wow, they have so many users, man. They must be making good money. They're not making any money off Game Pass. Like,
No, they'd be in a loss for that.
oh my god, they would be in a loss, dude. Like they also added all those what is it, the 60 titles from EA Play as well now?
Yeah,
Uh,
insane.
Like
Let's have a look.
how many games are wait, what? There's 6 no, that can't be right. Surely it's not 600. Okay, so there's oh, okay.
Uh,
I see. So it's basically got filters for so on console you have
mhm.
375 options of things to play,
Nutty,
and on PC you've got 253. Mm,
crazy.
like, uh, like
And
there's
it's
no.
like, yeah, it's like the full EA Play too.
It is. Yeah.
So it's like, and I mean, EA has some big titles in there. Like you got all the Battlefields, you've got like Crisis, Dead Space, Classic and Skate. As we were talking about like the other day, like every single racing title under the sun, Star Wars
Yeah.
titles.
Yep.
Um, oh, what's it? The A Way Out
Yep.
and Sea of Solitude. Because EA Play also has like some ones where EA was just the publisher on it, not necessarily the developer. So you've got like a good amount of like titles in there, and then obviously like every sports title as well that they do.
Yeah, microtransaction place. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. If you people are on, if we have any Xbox listeners or any people who aren't doing super well but want to play some of the new games that are coming out, like Outriders, day one,
Hmm.
dude, they usually do a deal as well, $1 for a month. For
Yeah,
the love of
it's
God,
so good.
just
I got
do it.
that. I did that over the Christmas break.
Hmm.
And yeah, just played like a because had just a bunch of time to kill, and I played what was that game that we always used to shit on coming up to launch, like the pirate game?
Oh, Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yes, jumped on that over the Christmas break. Only played it for like a little bit, but again, it was like a part of that deal for like $1 a month. So it's like I'm not going to complain because it was a
It's a
dollar.
dollar. It's a dollar. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
And now with like the full list,
Yeah.
makes it amazing.
Yeah. Check
So
out Game
good.
Pass. It is, you are literally stealing from Microsoft. It's incredible. Um,
Indeed.
so moving on to the next story.
Mm.
What do we got here? So Cyberpunk 2077's lead gameplay designer has left CD Projekt. Didn't really say why. Just said he was kind of moving on Twitter and just thanked all the people that he worked with over the time. Um, I've seen some people that are concerned about this, in particular because it's like a lead gameplay designer, but
Hmm.
he was with the company for a long time. I think he just like sometimes people just want to move
New
on,
challenge.
yeah, and move on
Yeah.
to different challenges. I think it would be natural after you because I think he was a junior gameplay designer at the tail end of The Witcher. I think.
Okay.
And then he,
So he
yeah,
sort of climbed the ranks a bit.
yeah. I think it's just like, yeah, like, and he probably already knows what the future holds for CD Projekt. It's
Mm.
probably like, you've got
In a
the,
leadership position.
well,
So
it's
yeah,
just
has that
like,
insight.
well, he understands what he's going to be making for the next, like, if he stays there his whole life, he's going to be making The Witcher and
Yep.
Cyberpunk. Like,
Hmm.
they've already talked about that they want to be like a dual franchise studio.
Yep.
So it's going to be two probably big Cyberpunk expansion things like it was for Witcher and a bunch of
Hmm.
free content. And then the multiplayer whenever that comes out. I got a suspicion they'll scrap that, by the way. But and then it'll be back to Witcher. And
Mm.
then they'll do another 2 expansions to try and get
Yep.
like goodwill back, essentially, like by doing big chunky expansions and not live service bullshit. And then it'll go back to Cyberpunk again. So he's
Mm.
probably looking at the time ahead. He's like, I've worked on both of these. Like they were great. I just want to work on something new because I know for a fact in my future that these are going to be the 2 things I'm going to be working on in the rest of my life. Otherwise,
Yep.
I'm sure some people would like it. CD would love that though. Like those are their franchises, you know. So
Mm.
it's not like everybody's jumping ship. So, yeah.
That's true.
I
What did I
think
see the other day? I think. Do you like? Do you reckon he's all like the flack that Cyberpunk has copped recently would have um led to his decision to leave? Because I mean, I saw something the other day that like Cyberpunk is still absent from the PlayStation Store.
it has to be. It's still
Yeah,
not good on consoles.
and it's $30 on Amazon at the moment for the PS4 version, admittedly.
Yeah.
Um, but still, that's crazy for a game of like that caliber to drop that far.
Yeah.
But I also think that as someone who's been in the industry for a long enough time, if he's jumping ship, as you say, he probably has like an idea of what's happening in the future, but he might also have something else lined up, like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I think he's just gonna. I think he said he's
or
gonna
just
take an
wants or
extended
just wants a
break.
break. Yeah.
I think he did say he just wants to take an extended break, figure out what he wants to do, and then he'll probably go from there. But I
Yeah.
mean, he was the guy who was like, yo, he did go on Twitter and it's like he's like, this is unacceptable. Like we've received like death threats and stuff. He's like, we are human too. It's
Mm.
like, yeah, of course. Anybody who sent death threats is a fucking degenerate piece of shit
Yeah.
needs to
No.
check themselves. It's fucking not acceptable behavior. But
Mm-mm.
for some reason, gamers feel so inclined and entitled to death threats. Like, you can be angry and upset about a game, like,
Yeah.
being, not working and broken. But that's why you get a refund, or,
Yep.
you leave a concise review of why others should not buy it. You don't go fucking writing to people in their DMs, go neck yourself. Like,
Yeah, literally.
it's,
Literally.
it doesn't help anyone. It's just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. As Joey said, we have like the refund system in place for a reason. It's like consumer law is here to protect your rights in that case. If a product is broken, you can get a refund. Like,
I guess it's easier said than done for
yeah.
us because we have like the best consumer rights laws in
Oh,
any
yeah.
country in the world. So
Very true. But
yeah,
even like even Steam's really good with it too. Like, in terms of and that was like half the reason Steam's one is pretty good is because of the Australian law.
court case.
Because the Australian court case where they were like, hang on, if a game is broken, why can't people get a refund? And they were like, shit.
And then they're like, oh damn, this is the part where we pay you money, and then they're like, yeah, 20 million please, and they're like, shit.
So yeah, but no, don't send death threats to anyone over a game not being the way you expected. Like, that's petty. That's
Save your energy, kids.
yeah, literally more bigger things to be upset about than your game not being up to spec. But
yeah.
oh well.
Now this next one is a fun one, but oh man, I feel worried for the developers of this. So, Second Wind, so it's basically a Breath of the Wild mod the size of an expansion, is currently in development for the PC Wii U emulator version of Breath of the Wild, because a lot of people forgot that Breath of the Wild actually came out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Wii U emulator, dude, people have been making crazy mods for the Wii U version of the game. Like, people have done 8K ray tracing shaders, and it looks amazing. And then also just other wild shit for the mods.
How long until Nintendo comes in and slaps these guys with the DMCA?
Okay, yeah, this is what I'm worried about. Like, anytime that like modders
gain traction and awareness.
Yeah, this is just scary territory. I feel like Nintendo's gonna figure out what this Wii U emulator thing is, and then just like go at it pretty much until they take it off their site. It's really cool. It's really cool that there's a group of people making an expansion for fucking emulator. But this feels like Nintendo's about to smite the shit out of this.
Oh yeah.
So that really sucks. But
yeah,
like, nothing's been said yet, but it just feels like Nintendo bait. It just feels like
I feel something brewing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it just something's on the wind, and it's not good.
Second wind even.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, I hope that it sees the light of day, but fingers crossed, I guess, because we know what Nintendo's like in terms of, taking things down as soon as there's anything to do with their IPs. Wild. Yeah. Next piece of news on the agenda is that Terraria has sold 35 million copies across all platforms and is now the most highly rated game on Steam.
The game that just keeps on going. Just keeps going.
This is another one that I feel like has so much potential to grow, like, outside of its game realm, where it's like, obviously this game is now across like so many platforms. Like, it's on all consoles, it's on mobile, it's on PC, obviously. Yeah. I mean, it is such a fun game too. It's just like another addicting title, like your Minecrafts and your um, like Roblox and shit like that. It's just popular and it's fun.
Yeah, I played it like way back, like 1.0, like initial release. And it's a very different game today than it was then. Like if you got, like I remember when I got to like Molten Armor and I was like, oh, this is so bogged. And then I like got to, oh, I forget what the last armor set at the time was. It's I can see it in my head, but I forget the name of it. And then you get that shit and you're like, it's fucking game over, boys. Game over.
Yep.
We crushed the shit. And then they just kept adding and adding. And you go back now, there's fucking people flying around and flying saucers, and there's like it's just there's like turtles and shit following people everywhere, and like people are dropping meteors from the sky that are like gigantic, and just like like there's like rail guns, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, literally.
And it's so sick. So I mean, it definitely deserves that. And the most high, so it overtook Portal 2 as the highest rated game on Steam. It's just crazy. Like, I really wonder. Okay, hear me out here. So, how many copies has Minecraft sold, by the way? Minecraft copies sold. I'm sure it's a fuck ton, but I just need to know. So as of May 2019, it was 176 million copies.
Yeah, that's the most updated. Sales top 200 million in May 2020.
I'm sure it's definitely higher than that now.
200.
It would be like if we do the math on that, like what was it going up, like 20 million each month? Or like no, not each month.
Minecraft sales. Here we go. Oh, go away. Pop-ups. Yeah, 200 million is the most up to date.
We can probably safely assume it's probably at around about 220 to 240, right?
Easily.
All right, so let's say it's 240, right? So Terraria sold 35 million copies. Minecraft isn't even on Steam.
Yeah. Literally, it's on the Microsoft Store.
You can get the Windows 10 version on the Microsoft Store, or you get it from their website. It's also on
JS
mobile.
version.
Mobile, I'm sure, is a huge thing as well.
Fucking Minecraft's on Raspberry Pi, dude. You can do it's on fucking everything these days.
But it's not on Steam. Imagine how many fucking copies would sell through Steam. I can't believe that Microsoft got this Guldan Goose and then they didn't put it on Steam. It would sell ungodly amounts of copies. Like
literally. Like I'm just looking at some of the numbers on this site. Like Minecraft's mobile revenue in 2018 was $110 million. That's just from the mobile. The education edition generated $10 million of revenue in 2019. Minecraft Marketplace creators generated $1 million of revenue in 2 months.
Oh my god.
Minecraft Chinese edition downloads. I don't know what Chinese edition is, but in 2020 it had 400 million downloads.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what Minecraft Chinese edition is. Is that China's version of it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Minecraft China is a localized edition of Java and Bedrock editions for mainland China. So that's sold 400 million, or it's had 400 million downloads.
My guess is it wouldn't have skeletons, because you're not allowed to have skeletons in China.
Yeah.
So I'm sure skeletons and zombies are probably something different. That'd probably be the only localization change, I imagine.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, everyone. Minecraft was bought for $2.5 billion in 2014 November.
Mm.
Just as a reminder for everyone, only 2.5 billion. Imagine what it would sell for today.
Also, key note here: Minecraft China is free.
Oh, must sell skins.
Yep.
Must, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got on a big old tangent.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations, Terraria.
We're pretty good at that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, love that. Moving on to the next piece of news, and we sort of touched on this just briefly.
Yeah, speaking of
when we
things,
were
there's
talking
not
about consoles.
Speaking of things where there's not 35 million copies of them.
Yeah, CPU and GPU shortages for consoles. So if you're still struggling to get
And PCs.
a next gen console, or a device that would use this series, I think it's the 30 series of GPUs, or I forget which model of CPU it is, but yeah, there's a global crisis for these. So not only do we have the COVID pandemic, we got the GPU and CPU pandemic, apparently. A bunch of production issues have propped up since COVID. And I forget which part it is that's not able to be acquired at the moment.
Isn't it?
But I remember
Isn't it like the
there was
silicon?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember there was such a misleading a misleading news title on a game news site, probably like IGN or some shit. But they were like, Joe Biden is looking to get the chips for the consoles immediately. And it's like,
Great
and it was
headline.
like, but that was the title, but it's the piece, like the silicon and the chips are used in like military applications, and they were like the comment section was just like, Joe Biden don't give a fuck about your PlayStation 5, dude. I was just like, yeah, just
I like that. I like that a lot. That's very
it was
good.
just like all like this, like yeah, just the parts are becoming increasingly harder to acquire, so production just is essentially slowing to a halt for PS5. So anyone who was on like the backlog and expecting a PlayStation by mid-year, shift that expectation to late this year.
I mean, it's also the same for PC too. Like 3080s you
Yeah.
can't get. 3070s you can kind of get. At least in Australia, like you can go on a website and you might find like one or two
Mm,
variants that you might be able to get, and they might have them in stock, which is weird. I mean, everybody just wants a 3080, which is understandable. Because
yeah.
it's very good. Um, but like I have a theory as to why there's such an incredible shortage.
Mm,
Think about like all the people that had to switch to working from home and then realize their shit at home just doesn't cut it. So like
Yeah.
especially for people that worked in industries where processing power is essential. So like where there would be like a normal flow of stock with so many people having to go home now, all the silicon's being used for all kinds of GPUs and stuff. And a lot of people would probably be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's mining, it's mining. It's not mining.
Mm,
Like, it's literally everything. It's people
yep.
needing to get things so that they can actually work from home. It's people buying them because they're good,
Yep.
like, especially for gaming and stuff. It's just that they can't make enough. Like, this is like more than they've ever produced ever before.
Yeah.
But like it didn't used to be that there was so many people at home at any one
Mm,
time, all being like everyone needing to buy it at the same
yeah.
time.
And not to forget too, like you look at the rest of your house and home automation and stuff like that, they're all using like these same like chips to a degree. Like you've got cars now that like Teslas, which have like full on specced out PCs in like to a degree, like tablets built into them. You've got
Like, can't you play The Witcher on
like
it? Like, wasn't
yeah,
it like a yeah?
literally.
That's
And
so
you've got smart fridges and all that sort of thing that are all using like a very similar chip. Um, and to a degree, like those same parts are being used in consoles. So obviously, you're just seeing a massive shortage
I think
everywhere.
I think Intel is actually the new CEO is putting in a plan for actually making a new facility to create the chips.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like due to
Oh,
the
shit.
actual shortage itself. I'm pretty sure I read that. The guy's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Yep, fuck it, we'll sort this shit out." It's like,
Yeah.
okay, all
20,
right,
$20 billion investment.
yep,
Holy crap.
yep, he's going crazy, but I can respect it.
Absolutely. Holy shit. Good on
Yep,
him.
yeah, he going crazy.
Well, there you
That's
go.
right.
Um,
And then yeah,
yeah.
can't get any of those things. So I mean, good luck,
Nope.
fellas. All right. Next
Sweet.
one, Payday 3 has finally found a publisher and is set to release in 2023. Congratulations. So
Is that going to be a decade after after Payday 2?
Payday 3? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, when did Payday 2 come out? It's been fucking
2013.
holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so literally a decade after.
Yeah. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so Starbreeze is teaming up with Deep Silver's parent company, Koch Media. By the
Mm.
way, Koch Media and there's one other name that goes with them have just been buying up developers like crazy. I feel like Koch Media is going to be a name that's going to be like as universal soon as Ubisoft. Mark me
Yeah.
those words. Um, they've been buying stuff like crazy. If you want to have a look at them, Koch Media and I forget what it's called.
Bloober team.
Yeah, they've been buying studios like mad. Um, but yeah, funny that they're going with Deep Silver from such
Oh, wait.
creators
Are you
as
thinking? Were you thinking for the other games acquisitions with Tencent?
no. This is maybe I'm thinking THQ Nordic and someone else.
Okay.
I forget who the other person is. THQ Nordic.
That's insane. Like, I remember also, yeah,
Embracer
signed.
Group. Embracer Group. That's what they're called.
Okay.
They're the ones going around buying. I think they just freed up like $200 million worth of stock to
Oh,
like go
shit.
on another buying spree essentially. Because yeah, Embracer Group bought Gearbox for 1.3 billion.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
yeah. So they're going,
Massive.
yeah, they're going crazy.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at that the deal for Starbreeze. It's Starbreeze signs 50 million euro Payday 3 deal with Koch Media.
Mm.
That's a pretty big deal.
I mean, it's still one of the most played games on Steam.
That's true.
Do you think that
I
they'll also do DLCs for another 10 years? Yes, because they
Yeah.
in the talks for the deal, they immediately talked about live service. So yes, it
Mm.
will be a game that will be supported for another long stretch of time for sure.
I remember at the time when we were playing Payday 2 when it came out, it was like we were going ham, and it ended up becoming one of those games that just had like update after update. And I remember how big it got. It was like 100 gig, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah, and then they
And I remember we were like, "Fuck, this file keeps getting bigger," because they just kept updating it all the time.
I think it's only like 40 gigs now. They've done
Yeah,
really big compression work for it. And a lot of trash
yeah,
assets, I think, got wiped off it as well. The update was crappy too. Had to re-update the entire files. Yeah, that was really bad. But it's because of
yeah.
the engine it was on. But everybody, we can rejoice. It's on the
Mm,
Unreal Engine now. No longer the diesel engine. Thank
how good.
thank God. Get that shit out of here, boys. No longer on the diesel engine. The game will actually run at a solid frame rate.
You love
Man,
to see it.
I'm just happy it's on a different engine.
Mm,
Thank Jesus Christus for that.
how good.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, I mean, look, as much as Payday 2 became kind of a meme at the end of its life cycle for just shit that they said they would never do, and then they did it, and then
Mm,
like a lot of weird things going on within the company itself, like insider trading or some shit. Like it was
yeah.
really weird. Man, in like the first 2 years of Payday, man, I loved that game.
Oh yeah.
That game is amazing. DLC to get more stats on guns. Cough. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Um,
literally.
but I
I
think
remember, yeah, picking up DLC just to get better guns.
yeah. I mean, oh, I think your camera's frozen. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Oh, wait, hold on. All right, there
wait
we
a
go.
minute.
Wait a minute. All right, I'm just gonna do what I did last time because it's just doing that thing again. All right, cool. Um, yeah, like it's so hard though because it's like if it's kind of like you're cursed if you do or you don't. Like if you just make guns that are reskins of older guns, you're gonna piss off people being like, "I'm literally just paying $10 for reskins."
Mm.
But then if you make a gun that is different in some way or better in some way, and that's just like this is literally pay to win content. So they're kind of damned if they do and damned if they don't. Like it's a
Yeah.
hard position to be in for a developer. Like I get it. I feel like yeah, it's kind of a weird spot. But then again, like I also don't really care because it's PvE.
Mm.
Like as long as the tools that they give you at the start of the game are well and good enough to you know get you through levels, I don't
Yep.
particularly care too much in PvE games. It's just like it's just extra flavor. like
Yeah.
like unless it like completely breaks game balance. Like if they release a gun that has like 200 more damage on like a pistol or something, you still get the same amount of ammo. Like then
Yeah.
yeah, like you're making the game trivial. But like, you know, if it's got like 5 more base damage, like I don't really care. Like
Mm.
yeah, if they refine or redefine the mechanics and keep the same level of gunplay, it'll be alright. It'll be interesting to see what they do because that game is huge now with how much content is in it. There's so much content.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the biggest complaint that's going to come out for 3 will be like, "Where's the content?"
Yeah.
Like for real, I feel like people are going to be like, "There's more content in Payday 2." It's like, yeah, because it's been out for fucking 10 years, you
Yeah,
mongoloids.
literally.
But
Insane.
I'm calling it now. That'll be something I see immediately in the first reviews of it on Steam. I'll be like, "There's no content."
Yep.
It's like, all right,
Just
well,
do like a full port over.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I remember like some of the DLC too. They had like H3H3 in that in one of the
The
DLCs.
big beanie that goes all the way
Yeah.
up, and yeah. Oh wait, were they
They were
heisters?
in it.
Yeah, they were in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ethan and Hila. Hila was really good though, actually. Like her voice lines are
Yeah.
really good. Ethan was a meme.
Yeah.
But Hila's like voice was like really commanding. She was kind of scary when you like played her.
Yeah. Far out. That was like low-key the biggest meme of like that time when it came out.
I loved it though.
So good.
That was a great crossover.
Definitely.
The John Wick
Love that.
pack was also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, that was one that made sense too. It was sick.
yeah, it actually was sick.
Wonder if
I'm
there's
sure it
like,
did. I'm
yeah,
sure
there's
it's all
another like
real.
good heist movie or something that comes out at the time. If
Well,
they
I mean,
do like cool.
yeah, they always took really. I mean, like Heat, right? Like Heat's everywhere. Like,
Mm-mm.
like from the hockey masks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so good.
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
So in Necromunda, hired gun. So you're a 40k bounty hunter with a murderous robo dog. So essentially, it looks like if no one has seen this, it's kind of like if Doom Eternal met Titanfall in the 40k universe.
Okay.
It's kind of fucking rad. Um, it looks really badass. When we get to the end of the podcast, of the audio variety, I'll bring it up on stream and I'll show everybody the trailer for it. We'll show some of the trailers for some of the other stuff too that's coming out. That looks really cool for game releases.
Mm.
But yeah, like it looks badass. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I really hope that 40k actually gets a good video game. I feel like their
Mm.
games are always kind of lackluster. Like they're always
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 out of 10 kind of games. I really want this to be like she fucking goes hard, baby, and like everybody's like it's an 8 or
Yeah, the
higher.
40k games are always like massive on like launch weekend, and then they drop off very quickly afterwards.
It's not even that. It's just like I feel like I know nothing about 40k like besides Space Marine. That's like all my monkey brain remembers from 40k. I know nothing about the universe. I know nothing. All I know is they look cool as shit. That's all I know about
Yeah.
anything to do with 40k. I'm like, that was cool. And then whenever any time like I watch a game, they always kind of have so much jank, but it's not the good kind of jank. It's like it's
Mm,
actually like this is kind of glitchy, bad kind of jank, and then I'm kind of sad. So
yeah,
yeah,
I feel you.
yeah,
I feel you.
but it does look
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at some screenshots and for it, but it looks cool. It's like a team like squad based game, which like most of the 40k games are, I guess. So
Huh?
it looks sick.
Squad
Eh?
based. It's a first
Eh?
person shooter with your
Eh?
dog. Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
You
Necromunda?
Necromunda hired gun.
I'm looking at Underhive Wars. What the fuck?
Yeah, no. Go look at hired gun, my guy.
Whoops. Different.
Different. For sure.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Amazing. No, it looks sick.
All right.
Um, and another game that we've sort of been discussing, and sort of its recent
Our weekly checkup on this game.
blow up, yeah. Valheim is at around 5 million copies sold, um, which is pretty big. Like this game's doing well.
This game's going crazy, bro. What is it?
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird, and it might just be the people who I follow on YouTube that doesn't show this, but I'm not seeing that much Valheim gameplay on YouTube. Is that just me?
You know what? That's a great question. What we should do, we go to YouTube, we type
Yep.
in Valheim, and we see what the average views of the things that pop up are. So
That's a good.
the top one was 13k, but then the next one's 1.4 million, 683k, 589k, 208k, 194, 1.2 million, 59, 19, 234, 477,
Let's go
661.
sort by view count. Okay, so the highest viewed Valheim video
Mm,
is a video by Let's Game It Out with 4.4 million.
it's game
Next
out.
is Markiplier with 2.4 mil.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
it's doing numbers.
It's doing numbers, but I think it's more of a Twitch thing, to be honest.
Yeah, because I'm looking at these videos. These are a month ago, 2 month ago, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, month. So yeah, yeah, because I feel like something like this, you're not going to be able to fit much into like a bite-sized video.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those games where it's very weird, where it's like very traditional in that I feel like more people play it than watch it, if that makes sense. Like
Mm,
obviously like 4 million but they've sold 5
yeah,
million they've sold 5 million copies. So
yeah,
mm, I mean, I just feel like it's one where people play it more instead of watching it, like on average, right? Like I would say
yeah.
if you compare the average views of this to like an average Minecraft video, I would say Minecraft is like exponentially higher in its average view count than Valheim.
Out
But
of pure interest, I'm gonna have a look at the highest viewed Minecraft video
oh
of all
god.
time. The highest viewed Minecraft video of all time is an animation goes for 53 minutes by Black Plasma Studios at 124 million views. The highest viewed gameplay video is 103 million views by a guy called Weeder Dude,
Weeda, dude.
and it's a house build challenge. And listen to this, it is the Minecraft Noob vs Pro vs Hacker safest family house build challenge in Minecraft animation. I've never seen more SEO keywords used in one sentence ever.
That's pretty monka W right there. That's pretty that's fucked.
That's amazing.
I respect the effort though.
That's crazy. 100 views on a video from Minecraft. That's crazy.
That is the crazy. I agree.
No,
I agree.
number 3 is Peppa Pig parodies. Peppa Pig plays Minecraft.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah,
All
but
right.
Valheim, I guess conclusion is more people play than watch.
Dude, it's that game. I've got a copy of it. I've barely played it. I played it for like a small second with a homie, and I had no idea what was going on. Like it would be something like I would actually need to start over myself to learn what the fuck is going on. I mean, it was really cool though. It was only like 200 megs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's huge because it's how the game is actually generated is why it's so small. Or like maybe it was like maybe a gig, but it's tiny. It's so small.
That's nothing.
Yep, it's literally nothing, and the map is gargantuan. The map is so big. So one thing that I just read up then is so Amazon Games, the boys, they're back at it again. They're recruiting Rainbow Six Siege devs for a new studio, and it's called the Smile Squad. That's the name of the studio.
Smile Squad.
This is man, they're going for it again. Amazon, they're just like they're going for it again. They can't help themselves. Amazon wants to control everything. Now, look, this is gonna seem not good for what I'm about to say, but I really hope that any games Amazon tries to make just flop and they just go, it's not for us. Because I really don't want Amazon in this kind of race. Like, as bad as it sounds, and like obviously people would lose their jobs, which is why it's bad. I just don't like the idea of Amazon also being in the game sphere.
Yeah.
It's just getting like a little too monopoly for me, like where they're just like seeping into every crevice of entertainment and life itself, and then they go on a really big buying spree as well of other well-known studios, and then they don't realize that that games that are sometimes excellent do not sell an incredible amount, like in general. But Big Papa Jeff wants some more cheese. That's true. That's his
thing. He's just like, Amazon's just trying to become a household name any which way possible. I mean, like, yeah, Amazon's kind of struggled in like the game development space, even though they've like chucked in a bunch of money.
Crucible died.
Yeah,
like
pulling out from Crucible.
Unreleased it. And then there was another one. There was another one that they also unreleased. I forget what it's called though.
Which one?
They literally had another game as well.
The Grand Tour game that they made?
I forget which one it is. Have they unreleased 3?
Which one?
Have they unreleased 3 games? I thought they only released 2 and then they both unreleased them because one was Crucible, but I forget what the other one's called.
The Grand Tour.
Oh, is it?
The Grand Tour? Okay. It was, I'm pretty sure it was like a video game adaptation of the game.
Oh, okay.
Of the TV show, like the Top Gear show.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I thought it was a different style.
Yeah, they pulled the Grand Tour game from stores after it got like a terrible review.
Yeah. But see, like, look at that. That's like Amazon in a nutshell. Like, immediately backtracked it out. They're like, no, didn't exist. Not a bad product. Didn't exist. We didn't make it.
It's weird. 91% of people like it though.
On Google?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't trust Google.
But I got a 52% on Metacritic.
Yeah, don't trust Google. Google is fucking full of bots.
The developers being like, man, this game's sick, hey.
This game's sick, hey. Yeah, that's exactly what they would sound like. That's what I would do if I was a developer. I'd just go and just be like, yeah, that's bloody sick, eh? just straight up.
What do gamers sound like? I don't know. They use cool lingo. Sick, eh?
Oh hell yeah! I love it. Oh man.
Oh goddamn.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Another thing to talk about. Doom Eternal, the Gods Part 2 wrapped up.
What happened with that?
The last DLC came out, the Ancient Gods Part 2 for Doom
Oh,
Eternal to wrap her up.
interesting.
Now I'm gonna say a spoiler warning for
Mm.
the ending of Part 2. Now
Mm.
look at me in my eyes, everyone in chat. If you care about Doom, turn off the audio until I wave at the screen. And if you're on podcast, just tune out for like a minute. Okay, cool. Okay. It ends with him getting put back in the sarcophagus.
Okay.
He gets put back. He gets put back in. That's how it ends. I was shocked. I was like, oh no. Oh no. They went with a not Snyder cut ending.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, speaking of Snyder Cut, you seen that yet?
We'll do that for we'll do that
yeah.
after show. But yeah, they put him back in the sarcophagus. I was not. I've seen what the final boss fight is, and I was underwhelmed. And then the ending, I was also underwhelmed. I'm like, oh no, they're just gonna pull him out when they need him again. And it's gonna be a cycle.
Interesting.
All right.
I'm just reading like some articles where they're saying that it's receiving more updates.
Yeah, they're gonna do more updates for like challenge maps and stuff, but no more DLCs. I don't think we'll be seeing Doom Guy for a while. I kind of want id to branch out. I would love to see them tackle some sort of new IP with this beautiful mammoth of an FPS system. Because yeah, like, I mean, look, I'm just saying, Doom borrows Doom Eternal do be borrowing from Rage 2. Now, I know all you are Rage 2 haters. Well, let me tell you, Rage 2 is one of the greatest games of all time, okay? Shit story, absolutely trash tier. But the gameplay, people be sleeping on it. And it makes me a very sad man. It makes me a very sad man when people be like, Rage 2 bad. I'm like, you're bad. You don't get it.
I feel that.
Wing sticks or nothing. No, you don't use wing sticks in number 2 because they give you too many creative options to kill people. Oh man, I fucking love Rage 2. I might make a whole YouTube video on it.
Free on Epic Games Store.
It's also on Game Pass. Just play it. If you're one of those people that would like, yeah, Rage 2 suck, and you never played it, for the love of God, please don't worry about the story. Don't do that shit. Just play the video game. Just go to the outpost and just like fucking pop people up in the air and fucking slap them and shit, dude. It's incredible.
That's the one thing that makes me mad is people who doubt and crap on games, like just on what reviews say. Like they can't formulate an opinion of their own. It's just like, I'm never going to play this game because people said it sucks.
Okay. Dude. That's a fair enough opinion in the case of something being incredibly broken. Like, if IGN man tells me that the PS4 copy of Cyberpunk 2077 does not work, I probably go, might wait. I might wait for that. But if it's a game where it gets like a 7 and they don't really particularly tell you anything's wrong, and they're just like, story bad, blah blah blah, and you're like, yeah, it sucks and I'll never touch it, right? And it's like something that would usually be kind of up your alley.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I feel like people are too scared to have opinions of something that has been critically bashed. But then they play it and then they're like, oh, it's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And it's like, who else was it? I think it was Lawrence Sontag, right? From old Funhouse, right? Me and him, I'm pretty sure it was him, shared the same opinion where people like he doesn't understand. He's like, I don't get why this game is bashed. He's like, it's a good game. He's like, what? Like, I don't. He's like, he thought that there was like a hit piece put out on that game. He's like, I don't. It's not a. The game is not a 6. He's like, it's not a. Are we comparing this to the original Rage? Are people crazy? Like what the fuck is going on here? And just like comparing it to like other games that came out at the time. He's just like, I think he may have even done a full video on it, and he's just like, what is happening? Like, and I'm just like, and I was like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
insane.
Anyway, we somehow got on to me rambling about Rage 2 yet again. Just got to throw that in there once every 3 months. My Rage.
Oh, absolutely. Show your support.
That's right. They see the name Rage and they get Rage, and that's right. Man, I can't really think of anything else that's been super duper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got some for all you PC tech heads. You can now get a PC monitor with HDMI 2.1 in it, but
there you go.
It'll cost you.
Of course.
For those who
got a price range,
you just want to know a little something. Where did it just go? I literally just had the article and now it's gone from my vision. I think it said $1,800 though. Where is this gone? Hello?
Fade me.
Hello? Where the is this a sponsored thing that's now got? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, $1,900. Pog. Have you guys checked out New World? The Amazon MMO. Amazon MMO. Yeah, I know Brados is very interested in it, and he's already bought it to get into the beta, and he said he's going to relay back information to us.
Oh.
Hello, Shara. Welcome back to the tab. That's overkill on most wallets for the monitor. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Oh my goodness. From August to spring 2021 release date.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. $40 on Steam.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know how I feel about it.
So many MMO options and like RPGs in general. I feel like one thing that like, yeah, I don't get it. There's so many different like survival like MMOs out at the moment that you could pick from. Like Valheim's the big one at the moment. It's like what, $10?
$10, isn't it 30?
Is it 30 now?
I think it's always been 30.
Oh.
28.95.
28.95. Oh, there you go.
That's a great price.
It's a good price. $10 less than Amazon's game. Yeah. I don't know. No one will know. Oh well.
It's true. Well, I mean, should we wrap up the formal podcast here and just keep chatting away?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good.
Yeah. All right. By the way, guys, before we end the official podcast, if you are listening to this on YouTube, or like any of the other podcast sites that we're on, like such as what's our favorite one?
Stitcher.
Thank you, Stitcher. Especially if you're listening on Stitcher, you can head over and watch these live and be a part of the chat at Twitch TV, Ina. So let me just run you through how many freaking E's are in it, because can't have 4-letter names, which is ridiculous. So that is twitch.tv/Ina. That's 3 E's, 1 N, and 2 A's. There you go. Head over and have some chats with us.
And I'm always sure to plug it on the Twitter and the Facebook page as well, and also the Discord. So you'll be notified whenever we go live with a podcast. It's usually Wednesdays, unless I have some whack business meeting that runs over and I end up passing out afterwards.
Hell yeah.
Well, who knows? Sometimes we might have like a chill Valorant stream or something like that, like we did a couple of weeks back.
When news is light and we just save it all for the next week. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It turns out there's sometimes some slow gaming news weeks.
Sometimes, yeah. All right,
But
Chief,
yeah,
wrap her up.
this is the moment where we chuck it over to the Twitch chat, and you can jump in. We can chat about gaming. We can chat about movies. We've chatted about gyms. So whatever you want to come and chat about, chuck it in the chat, and I'll pull up the Twitch chat now, and we can get involved. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you all again next Wednesday. Peace.